I have a question. Why do Catholics have images and statues? I see statues of angels and of saints, also statues of other creatures, as well as finding paintings and stained glass windows and various other types of images. But isn't it true that God gave us the 10 Commandments, which tell us, "You shall have no images"? To answer that question, let us read in the Bible in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 to 5. God told Moses, "I am the Lord your God. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself a graven image. You shall not bow down to them or serve them." Does this mean we are to have no images at all? The answer is no. If we look at the Bible, we see that God commands even Moses to make statues and images. One example is that God commanded Moses to make the Ark of the Covenant, the most sacred object in the Old Testament. And on top of this ark, God commanded Moses to make statues of golden angels. God also commanded Moses to make his brother Aaron, the high priest, vestments of various colors, with stones and jewels, as well as putting various images, like the pomegranates, onto the robe. God also commanded Solomon, the son of King David, to build the Jewish temple in Jerusalem. And this was majestic. And within this temple, God commanded Solomon to make various images and statues. He commanded him to put bulls and oxen and lions, as well as angels, various types of vegetation, flowers, and fruits. God commanded these images to be made, and God would not command men to break his own commandments. So what does this commandment mean? To better understand this, let's look at what happens in Numbers chapter 21, verses 1 to 9. Here, the Israelites had lost trust in God, and so God had sent deadly snakes into their camp. Many died from snake bites. They became afraid and they turned to God for help. God then commanded Moses to make a statue of a bronze serpent and to put it on a stake. If a man was bitten by a deadly snake, the man could look at this image and God would heal him. People were healed by God through this image. This image was good in the eyes of God. But this changed. We see in 2 Kings chapter 18 verse 4, the people were found to be worshiping this image. But worship is for God alone. We then see the good King Hezekiah destroying this image of the bronze serpent. He was showing the people that worship is for God alone. This shows us that images are not bad, as long as they are not worshipped and treated like false gods. Images can be good. They can teach us and help focus our minds in prayer. When we see paintings and statues and pictures and stained glass windows, these things can show us God's glory in creation, and it can also show us the power of God's grace working in the lives of saints. Having images does not disobey God's commands, but we are to never worship the images, and we are to never worship anything other than God alone. And this is what God teaches us in this commandment. To learn more and find more videos, go to www.pillarandfoundation.com.